In this video lecture, we are going to see about the voltage divider biasing or your self-biasing with and without bypassing capacitor. The objective of this video lecture is to analyze the effect of the bypass capacitor on your gain of the amplifier. So in this video lecture, we are going to cover CE amplifier with and without bypassing capacitor. So this is a CE amplifier without bypassing capacitor. So this is a voltage divided by a circuit, because if we neglect the base current that is entering into your base terminal, if we are going to neglect the current that is entering to the base terminal, then this R1 and R2, it appears that they are connected in series. So therefore they divides the applied voltage. Okay, so therefore it is called as a voltage divided bias, and the voltage at this point, it has been established with the help of the resistor R2 to maintain your operating point. Okay, and you have this coupling capacitors C1 and C2. So the role of your coupling capacitor is to block your DC component entering into the amplifier, so that your operating point will be disturbed. Okay, so from your source, any DC signal available, we don't want that to enter into the amplifier, because that will disturb our operating point. And similarly, at the output, we want only the AC output. So therefore, we have put a coupling capacitor to block the DC component. Okay, so bypassing capacitor, across RE we don't find any capacitor, so therefore we can call this circuit as a CE amplifier without bypassing capacitor. So next step, we have to draw the AC equivalent. So to draw the AC equivalent, we have to short circuit the coupling capacitors and remove the DC source. So here the DC source has been removed and the coupling capacitors are being shorted. Okay, so next step, we have to replace the transistor with its hybrid pi model to do our analysis to compute the input impedance, output impedance, and voltage and current gain. So we can see here the transistor is replaced by its hybrid pi model. Okay, and the rest of the circuit as such, it is been retained. Okay, so we can combine this R1 and R2 as R dash. So this will be like your R dash being connected from your base to ground. Okay, so we want to find out the input impedance. So the input impedance is going to be, it is going to be R dash parallel this R pi and some value of your RE. Okay, so this arm will become in parallel with this arm. So that is going to be the input impedance. Okay, so which we do it as your analysis. So the input impedance ZI is equal to, it is Ri, which is equal to Vs by Is. But we know that your Vs is nothing but, it is the drop across your R pi as well as your Re. So which is given as V pi plus Gm V pi Re, neglecting the base current, because base current is going to be very, very small. So your IC is approximately taken as IE. Okay, and we know that V pi is nothing but, it is IB times R pi. So substituting this relation, we get Vs is equal to, it is IB times, it is R pi plus Gm R pi Re, and RB is nothing but, it is Vs by IB, which is equal to R pi plus Gm R pi Re. So RB is nothing but, from the base, the resistance that is being seen at the input of your amplifier, that is your RB. But the source seen impedance of your amplifier will be your Ri, which is equal to, it is R dash parallel RB. Because R1 parallel R2 will be your R dash. So that parallel, the base seen impedance will be your input impedance. Next, coming to the voltage gain. Voltage gain AV is nothing but V0 by Vs. So looking into the circuit, we can see that V0, the direction is, okay, so here the current direction is being taken like this, that is this direction, but we have mentioned the polarity as plus and minus here. So therefore it is minus I0 RC. Okay, your V0 will be equal to minus I0 RC, but I0 is nothing but your IC apply, if you apply KCL at the node, you can write your I naught is equal to IC. So therefore it is minus GM V pi. V pi is nothing but IB times R pi. So it is GM minus GM R pi IB RC. Vs is equal to, already we have established Vs in terms of IB. So it is IB times, it is R pi plus GM R pi RE. So substituting this relation, you can cancel out your IB term, and even if we can have this GM R pi term outside. Okay, if I take this GM R pi term outside, here I will get, from the denominator I will get, it is 1 by GM plus RE. 1 by GM is going to be very small compared to RE. So therefore we will neglect it, and we can write your AV is approximately minus RC by RE. So the voltage gain purely depends on your biasing resistor, and this negative sign indicates that it is a CE amplifier where the input as well as your output signal are out of phase by 180 degree. Next, current gain. Current gain is given as I naught by IS. Okay, and IS is nothing but it is Vs by R dash parallel RB. Okay, IS is nothing but Vs by Zi. Zi is nothing but R dash parallel RB. And we know that I naught is nothing but your IC, which is equal to GM V pi, which is GM IB R pi. And IB, we have established the relationship, it is nothing but Vs by RB. So I can write my A is equal to I naught by IS, which is equal to GM R pi divided by, it is RB times, it is RB parallel R pi. Okay. Next, your output impedance. Z0 is equal to V0 by I0. So to compute your output impedance, normally we will replace your signal source, okay, by a short circuit, and we'll remove the load. Since your RC resistor is used as a load resistor, now RC is removed and Vs is set to 0. When Vs is equal to 0, Is is equal to 0. Is is equal to 0, Ib equal to 0. Then your collector current, your GM V pi, which is GM R pi IB, will be approximately 0. So therefore the impedance seen from your output side, it is going to be of infinite. Or if we consider the RC, that is the load resistance together, then your Z0 will be equal to, it is R0 is equal to RC. Next, we take the voltage divider bias connections along with the bypassing capacitor. So here you could see a bypassing capacitor. Now what will be the role of this bypassing capacitor? So when we draw the AC equivalent circuit, we will be able to appreciate it. So when we draw the AC equivalent circuit, we used to short circuit the coupling capacitors, and even the bypassing capacitors we short circuit. So now RE is been short circuited. Okay, so therefore the role of RE is nullified. So it is as if that your emitter is been connected to the ground. Okay, so emitter connected to the ground, then it is almost like your fixed bias circuit, but except this RB, instead of your RB resistor, you are going to have, it is R1 parallel R2. Okay, so therefore you can see that the gain is going to be changing. Okay, so as the next step of your AC equivalent, we have replaced the transistor with its hybrid pi model. So you could see here R1 is becoming parallel with R2, and the impedance is taken as your R dash, and R pi is your input impedance, that is the input impedance of your C configuration. Then GM V pi, here we have included R0, which is your yearly effect. Okay, and RC, that is your collector resistance. So now you can see the input impedance is nothing but it is your R1 parallel R2 parallel R pi. So previously we have got, it is nothing but your R dash parallel RB, right? But here it is R1 parallel R2 parallel R pi, out of which your R pi is the smallest value. So your Zi will be approximately R pi. Okay, and voltage gain, if you write, it is nothing but AV is equal to V0 by Vs. Okay, so V0 is nothing but it is, you can see here, V0 is nothing but it is minus I0 RC. Okay, or it is minus GM V pi, the current through that RC, it is going to be, it is R0 parallel RC. Okay, and Vs is nothing but approximately Vs is equal to Ib times your input impedance. Input impedance is R pi, so therefore it is P pi. So if you cancel, you get it is minus Gm R naught parallel RC. Okay, this minus sign indicates that it is a C amplifier where the input as well as output, they are out of phase by 180 degree. Okay, if we neglect this early effect, then it becomes minus Gm times Rc. Previously we got Av is equal to minus Rc by Re, but now it is minus Gm times Rc. Next, the current gain. AI is I naught by Is. I naught is nothing but your Ic, which is equal to Gm V pi, and V pi is nothing but Ib times R pi. Okay, and Is is approximately Ib because your input impedance is equal to R pi. Okay, so therefore your Is will be approximately, it is your Ib. So therefore I can write AI is equal to I naught by Is is nothing but Gm R pi. Next, coming to your output impedance, we have to short circuit your source and we have to remove the load. Okay, only RC is my load, so the load is been removed. So Vs is set to 0, Is is equal to 0, Ib equal to 0. So therefore Gm R pi Ib will be set to 0, or it will be made to 0. So your Z0 is R0. Okay, so this is your real effect output resistance of your C configuration. So your Z0 is given as it is R0, which is nothing but R0 parallel RC, including your load resistor, that is your RC into account. Next, the voltage divided bias with a modification. So here you could see there are two resistors connected at your emitter. Okay, so not only Re, you have got Re1. So Re1 is been bypassed, but Re is not a bypassed one. Okay. So when we draw the AC equivalent circuit, we have replaced the coupling capacitors and bypassing capacitor by a short circuit. We have removed the DC source. So to do the analysis, we have to replace the transistor with its hybrid pi model. So once we draw the hybrid pi model, you could see here this hybrid pi model is as similar as that as your emitter bias, because your Re1 has got now no effect because Re1 role is been bypassed. Okay, Re1 role is been bypassed, so only we got the Re effect. So this is as similar as that as your emitter bias. Here Rb is now it is R1 parallel R2. Okay, so if we write the small signal analysis, your Zi is equal to Ri is equal to Vs by Is, and Vs is nothing but it is your I1 times Rb. Okay, so which is equal to, it is V pi plus Gm V pi Re, and Vs is nothing but V pi is nothing but your Ib times R pi. So it is, we can write your Vs is equal to, it is Ib times it is R pi plus Gm R pi Re. Okay, so from which we can get your Zb. So Zb is Vs by Ib, which is R pi plus Gm R pi Re, and your Zi becomes it is Rb parallel Zb. Okay. So next, voltage gain, it is V0 by Vs. So V0 is nothing but the current through your RC, that is minus Gm R pi Ib times RC, and we have already expressed Vs in terms of Ib. So once we use this relation, we can cancel out your Ib, and even we can take Gm R pi outside, because here we got Gm R pi. So if we take it outside, then R pi will get cancelled. Here you will get 1 by Gm plus Re. So that 1 by Gm quantity is going to be very, very small. So therefore we can take it as it is minus Rc by Re. This minus sign indicates that there is a 180 degree phase shift between your input and output. And current gain, it is I naught by Is, which is given as Vs by Rb parallel Zb. Okay, your Is is given as Vs by Rb parallel Zb, and I naught is equal to, it is Gm V pi. I naught is Gm V pi, and your Ib is equal to Vs by Zb. So A is equal to I naught by Is, which is given as Gm R pi divided by Zb into Zb parallel Rb. And output impedance is obtained by short circuiting a source, and RC is removed. So therefore Gm R pi Ib is set to 0, and Z0 is equal to R0 is equal to RC. So with and without bypassing capacitor, the input impedance without bypassing capacitor, it is R dash parallel Rb, which is greater, and voltage gain is minus Rc by Re, which is a very smaller. And With bypassing capacitors, we can see the input impedance is R pi, which is a very small quantity, but the voltage gain is minus Gm Rc, which is a very larger quantity. And these are the two textbooks I referred to prepare this video lecture. Thank you all.